Hi, I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. A special thank you to my patrons, Wild Rose, Lauren Chris, That British Unicorn, Jam Beans, Debbie Elliott, and D. Higgins. So, we're back again with another Amber Alert video. There are 7 of these, like a lot. She's really sticking to Vlogmas this year. And I mean, good for her. I'm really glad that she's actually completing something because she's had an issue with that in the past where she just promises us that she'll do something and she never actually follows through. So I'm glad that she is actually like following through, at least till now. But it does mean a lot more work for me. So bear with me, y'all.
Well, I am officially going to be buying a mouth guard. I know a lot of people have told me that I should because this side of my mouth hurts so bad.
And with that, let's jump right into it. Okay, first things first, yes to the mouth guard. I actually have one. I don't need it. I think I said in another video too, I don't need it so much anymore. But I used to have really, really bad like jaw pain right like up here where my jawbone meets. And it used to be really, really bad because I have this habit, like she's saying in the video, where she just sort of, and she like grind down back and forth a little bit. I do that too. So when I'm feeling anxious, I'll still wear it occasionally, but I don't need it anymore since I've had my surgery and removed my wisdom teeth. That being said, I think the mouth guards that work the best are the ones that are like custom fitted. They're not particularly expensive. If I remember correctly, I think mine was like $60, but I also have insurance. So maybe with insurance, it's like cheaper. I would recommend that she go to a dentist and actually get a properly fitted night guard because the ones that don't fit well can actually cause more headaches.
I shall ignore it. So I am going to now choose a pair of earrings to wear. Let's see. If you guys don't follow my TikTok, which you don't need to follow it now because I deleted everything. I do have my earrings color-coded, gold, silver, whites, and kind of creams, but more so just like the white family there. Black. Well, these are like black and golds, black and whites, black and silvers, stuff like that. Cream, browns, animal print. This one's like my favorite. This is like rainbow or just like colorful ones. Love that. Here's the red family and like some of the darker reds over here. Some oranges, yellows, greens. Starts off with the light greens and gets darker. Here's like light blue mints, dark blues. So the blue family, the purple family, and the pinks. Pinks and like corals and dark pinks and stuff like that. So I'm not sure.
Oh my God. That is an insane amount of earrings. Like, I think there's entire stores that have less earrings than Amber. She's got enough earrings for like an entire 3rd grade class to wear for a week. That's crazy to me. Who needs that many earrings? I don't know. It just seems so incredibly excessive. It reminds me, if you guys remember back when they lived with Ricky and Eric, that they had those like plastic like organizers, and they were just filled with like things upon things upon things of the wax melts. That's what this reminds me of. This feels like, I don't know, it feels a little bit hoardy to me, but I also have like maybe 12 or 13 pairs of earrings, so I don't know.
Retry. All right, let's try a simple silver star moment. People always ask, AmberLynn, why do you collect earrings and why do you like earrings so much? Honestly, it started in high school.
Okay, see, she's saying here that she collects earrings, but once more, that the earrings are not a thing that you can collect. There's not like a like unique earrings. She's not collecting like vintage earrings, right? These are just earrings that are mass produced earrings you can buy at any store. She'll get them from pretty much anywhere where she sees them. Collection implies to me that there is a limited amount and you can complete a set, right? Like even people who will collect, say, all the Anastasia palettes, there is a limited number of Anastasia palettes. Earrings are not like that. Earrings just keep, there's always going to be more earrings out there. You know what I mean? There's like billions. If she wanted to collect all the earrings in the world, there'd be more than like a billion earrings. So it's not a collection. She's keeping them. She's hoarding them almost, because there's no possible way that she will even remember how many earrings she has. And once they get pushed to the back, it's even harder to find. Like she has those organizers, but I guarantee you earrings are going to get tangled together. They're going to break. She's going to forget about them. She's going to have preferences for ones that she likes. And there's just going to be stuff that's going to fall out of style, and then she won't be able to wear them anymore. And given how many she has, she's probably not going to be able to wear them more than a couple times before they're no longer relevant. It's just so much stuff. That's all. It's just so much stuff. The other reason I think why she gravitates towards earrings as opposed to, say, necklaces or rings or something like that is because earrings are irrelevant of size. You can always wear them, right? So she can wear earrings when she's 200 pounds, 120 pounds, 400 pounds, 800 pounds. Anybody with earlobes pretty much can wear earrings in them. But if you gain weight, your rings might not fit anymore. Your necklaces might not fit anymore. Clothes most certainly won't fit anymore. And so I feel like earrings are a safe bet for her. That's why she likes them so much.
Callie Reacts To said, wow, miss, I like to give Lynn. Have you ever thought about buying a headstone for Becky's nephew? As soon as she said she wanted to get a Shrek one, but it's pricey, I thought of the new iPhone you keep bragging about purchasing, the hauls, the Lego sets, and the endless amount of crap you spend money on. But you can't buy a Shrek headstone for your girl. Cold. I had to reply to this because like comments like this are making me seem like someone that I'm not. First of all, Becky's nephew does have a headstone. Secondly, Becky buys what she wants with her money, and if she wants to buy a Shrek, that is completely up to her. I honestly didn't even know about it until we were filming that video, so you and I found out at the exact same time about that. If she wanted to buy anything, that is up to her, because like I've said before, me and her have, you know, our own little budget things, and we buy for each other, and we both are very giving to one another. It's just, it's frustrating that people see me as one thing when I'm not. Like I said, I didn't even know about the Shrek thing until we were filming the video, and afterwards I actually told her, Becky, you can buy that. Like, don't stop yourself. That's something special.
I don't like saying this because I don't like agreeing with AmberLynn, because most of the time she's wrong about everything, and also she's just sometimes really a garbage person. But she is very right about the headstone thing. It is, if AmberLynn had gone ahead, like Becky had mentioned, that, hey, you know, I was thinking of buying him maybe like a Shrek headstone, and AmberLynn had gone ahead and bought that, I think that would have been a way like overstep of what she should do for the family. Once she's married into the family, even then I would say that it's overstepping, but it would be slightly more acceptable. Right now, it is not. It is an inappropriate thing to do, to buy somebody else's child a headstone. I mean, no. And a lot of times parents might feel a way about it. Even if it's something that he likes, it might be one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I want to do that for my child if I can do it. This is my baby. This is a very personal thing. So no, I don't agree with people saying, well, she can just buy it for her. I think if Becky wants, and really there is no issue with them buying it, and you know, Becky's family approaches her and says, hey, would you mind getting this? Then I think it's fine. Yeah, absolutely. But just offering out of the blue, or like taking the matter out of Becky's hands and just buying it, no, it's not okay. It's weird.
Mom, hi. If you're watching this, hello, Mom, I'm trying to get your attention in case you're doing something else. Don't watch this part. I'm showing your gifts that you plug in and it like moves and flops around. And there's obviously catnip on there. And her boyfriend loves scratch offs, like the tickets that you scratch off and win money. So I'm probably gonna give him money and like make like a fake gift card and be like, this is a gift card for scratch tickets. I don't know, something cute like that. So fun fact about my mom, she's obsessed with tie-dye. She likes tie-dye anything and everything. So I got her a tie-dye blanket, tie-dye shower curtain. I mean, she loves carrying small purses. So I got her a tie-dye purse. And she was born in February, so her gemstone is like purple or whatever, and her name is Christine with a K. She loves her name. I've never met anyone who actually like loves their name legit. So I decided to put all that together, and I got her a necklace. This is a canvas. And I just put a bunch of pictures of me and her from when she came to visit.
All right, the necklace is actually a really lovely present. I really like it. It's got a lot of thought put into it. I think if she had gotten her mom just that, right, like with a precious stone and I don't know if it was like silver or gold and then had her name inscribed in it, or like, I think that would be like it. I don't think you need to get her all these other presents. You can give her the picture frame because that one's also pretty nice and it's sentimental to you, but you don't have to get her a bunch of other stuff, especially like shower curtains. People already have that. Also, people tend to plan a theme around their bathrooms, right? So a lot of people will have like a color scheme in their bathroom where they'll have like matching towels, they'll have matching like soap dispensers or whatever, and they'll have a matching shower curtain. You're gonna get her a tie-dye shower curtain and like she might not be able to use it. So don't get people stuff like that. Just get them one really nice sentimental gift.
Day 10. This came with 2 pairs.
Huh?
Yeah, this has 2 pairs, babe.
Oh, I think I did that on purpose.
Oh, because it's double digits?
I had extra pair.
Oh, okay. First of all, we got some gorgeous gold hoops, which I love.
Good job, me.
Good job, me. Oh, these are pretty, babe.
Which one
Very
are they?
girly.
Let me see 'em.
Some gold butterflies.
I really like those hoops. I think those are absolutely beautiful. I would 100% wear them, but I'm not about the butterflies at all, like even a little bit. I actually don't like butterflies in general. They're just like bugs, and I hate bugs. Ugh. Anyway, that's just me. Next.
You get one and I get one. It's a lesbian moment.
Okay.
So this is this one. It's a keychain. And it says, "She's mine always.
I'm hers forever."
I'm hers forever." So you could choose which one.
Oh my god, these are cute. Yeah, the thing about it is I was genuinely happy with these too. Nobody's ever gotten me anything like that before. Ooh, a blanket?
Yeah. Let me move this. You like it?
Yes. Let me see if I can show the bottom.
I tried to get everyone in your family and in your life.
Becky is so easy to please. She really is. She's adorable. Also, I like the keychain. I think the keychain is really cute, and I like the idea of the blanket. I know some people were like, oh, you know, she gave her something that has AmberLynn's face on it, but Becky is dating AmberLynn, and it's got the rest of her family, so it makes sense that Amber would also be on there. I think it's a nice idea. I personally would not like a blanket with other people's faces on it, but that's mostly because the idea that they're like watching me while I sleep weirds me the hell out. So that's not me, but you know, to each their own.
Oh. You didn't even write an answer yet?
No.
Where do I really hope that I don't grow gnarly gray hairs when I get older?
I have an answer for that.
If you're reading my mind, I'm probably gonna pick yours.
We should do a video where I always say this. Who knows me better? Blank or blank?
Yes.
We should do a
I would
question right
fucking
now.
beat these bitches' asses.
Okay. We should, all three
It
of
would
you.
be blank, blank, or blank.
Who knows me better? My girlfriend, my ex, or my ex's girlfriend? That would be
That
so
would be funny.
It really would.
Yeah, we should do that tomorrow. No, we should vlog that tomorrow. Yeah, hell no.
I'm leaving.
Edit that out.
Edit that out. I'm just gonna go.
Okay, the rest of this is like not all that interesting, but I just have 2 quick points to make. One, this is how I am with my friends too. We're like vaguely inappropriate and we talk about really stupid things and just laughing all of the time. So like, I am glad that Amber's having a good time, that they're comfortable with each other. I don't know about being in each other's houses without masks on. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, this seems like fun. It's not the kind of thing that you would enjoy watching, I think, but you would really enjoy being there, right? Like having those friends around you, and just like if anyone else is hearing or listening to you, you just sound cringy and weird. But in the actual moment, I think you'd have a pretty good time. Also, if she goes ahead and she films that, I would watch the hell out of that. I think that would be so interesting. Just Becky and Dana and Destiny all sitting there and guessing like weird AmberLynn things. I would be so interested in watching that. Anyway, next.
So I'm just getting ready for the day. I want to say personally, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes for Becky. It's very appreciated. I'm about to do some dry shampoo. This one is the best. It's the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh Dry Shampoo, clean and original. Get it? Works very well. I usually just let it sit. So we're gonna do that here in a minute. I mainly just want the dry shampoo right here, because that's how I want to part my hair. I also really like dry shampoo because it's like, it kind of gives a little volume.
Batiste is a great dry shampoo. It really, really is. I think it's a fantastic dry shampoo for pretty much any hair type, and they have a lot of variety. So if you can find the one that works for you and the scent that you like, it's also pretty cheap. So I think if you can get one, I would recommend it. The only thing I would say is that Amber has pretty dark hair. Like I have like dark hair as well. I think her hair might be just the same shade, or maybe like 1 shade lighter or something. Mine is almost black, but it's not quite. Anyway, what she should do is she should get the brown Batiste. That one blends in a lot better. The caveat there is that you can't really touch your hair, because if you do, it will rub off all over your fingers and you'll leave like little smudge prints. But if you're good about not touching your hair, or you wear it in a bun like she does, and honestly, I do too, right? So I think that would actually make it better. The other thing that I would recommend is that if you do want to wear the white one, which I do that as well, especially because if I know I'm going to have my hair styled, I don't like the brown one because I fidget with my hair here too when it's in my face. I don't like to have the brown one because I don't want stuff all over my hands. I would recommend putting it in your hair the night before. So say I have to style my hair the next day, or I'm going to be wearing it open the next day. If I can plan, what I will do is I will use the white one, like a ton of it. I'll spray it into my hair and then I'll go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, most of that like has absorbed all the oil, but it's also distributed better throughout my hair. And since my scalp has produced a little bit more oil, it's taken away that like chalky look that her hair has right now. I would recommend trying that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't care where Becky gets the money as long as she's not hurting herself. And her and I do share the same bank account and share the same money. It is very common for if YouTubers make enough money, then their significant other just stays home with them. And I just think it's crazy that like what we do with our money is like so talked about, because it's really no one else's business. One of the biggest rumors is that people think that Becky's on like welfare or something. No, she is not.
Okay, once more, can't believe I'm saying it, but I would agree with her on the split money thing. I think when most people have a joint like living situation, a lot of times people will just combine their finances. It's easier from a just expenditure point of view, and it just makes life a lot simpler. Once more, as long as there's no like coercive tactics or anything like that going on, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like partner and I have all of our finances joint. I have a credit card, he has a credit card, and then we just buy whatever we want on it. And I mean, there's no like hard set limit on how much we spend, but like partner sort of has like in his head, this is kind of how much he wants to spend. And then I have my own limit on how much I want to spend in a month, just on like frivolous stuff, right? Like my credit card limit, I always like to keep mine around like $1 a month is how much I want to spend. And that includes like all the stuff that I buy. It's not just like extra stuff, but like everything. So they'll have like groceries, like just household purchases, everything. And most of the time, especially now that we're like in the pandemic and we are like not going out anywhere and we're at home all the time, all of that basically is like, it's a lot less. But when we were going out, that was like my upper limit of how much I was okay with spending a month without feeling like I'm like losing control of everything. Partner's bills, mostly like what he will like take care of is like just household expenses. So like rent, utilities, car stuff, all of that stuff. So he takes care of all of that. And he spends, I think, even less in a month than I do, because he doesn't really buy a lot of stuff outside of it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you both understand and you know what you're kind of spending on and who has what limit and why. I generally end up spending a lot more between the two of us because I like to do all of the grocery shopping, because I like am the one who cooks, right? Also, partner has this bad habit of overthinking everything. So if I tell him to go buy like bananas, he'll call me like 8 times, like, do you want organic or non-organic? Okay, but they're a little bit bigger this time. Okay, but which level of green is okay? He like overthinks it so bad, and it's like so difficult. So generally I'll just do the grocery shopping myself just to save us time. But I will do all of that. And so my credit card bill has like all of our like food stuff on it too, which is why I tend to spend a little bit more in a month. He doesn't really have a lot of stuff that he will buy for himself. Like, he doesn't really need anything. Every once in a while he'll be like, all right, I got to replace a shirt that's worn down or something like that. But for the most part, even then, we tend to go to like Goodwill or something like that. So I've said something like that a lot. I'll try and say it less. So we don't generally have a lot of monthly expenditures is what I'm saying.
So we got some Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. Like, wait until you see how cute this looks. Look. Okay, so this might be way too light for me because I got number 110. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be too light. Like, look. Holy moly. I just want to test it. Okay, yeah, we need to get a darker shade, I'm thinking. I mean, that'd be good to use for like concealer or something.
So she says that this is too light for her and that she'll end up using the concealer for like spot concealing on your face. Okay, I don't know where this idea has occurred from, that you should be using a lighter color to spot conceal. No. When you've got a lighter color on your face, it like draws attention. That's why you put something shiny, generally something that's your skin tone or lighter, as a highlighter. You can have a matte highlighter too, right? You can put it and you can have just like right here, and it'll draw attention to it because more light is reflecting off of it. But even if it's matte, right? Even if your concealer is matte, you still want one that like perfectly matches your face so that it blends in seamlessly so you can't see. So and then for your under eyes, you can have a brightening concealer. But even that, you have to understand, if you've got dark under eyes, like I have very dark under eyes, I cannot use a brightening concealer right on top of my dark under eyes. They are dark enough that if I put a brightening concealer on it, it'll go gray and it'll bring more attention to that. So you have to use something as a tone corrector. So this is what I do. If you guys have acne or anything like that, you have spots you want to cover, this is what maybe you should try as well. When I get acne marks on my face, they don't go red, they go like dark, like brown, they look almost bruised. So I use an orange colored concealer. I use the same one underneath my eyes as I do on my face. I will conceal it here with that concealer, and on my face I put foundation first, and then I do that, and then here I don't put anything. I just tap it out gently with my fingers or with a brush until the edges sort of blur and it sort of melts into the rest of my foundation. And generally you can't tell when it's done. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have acne right here, and I just got a little bit of concealer on top of that. Blended it out, all good. If you are putting it underneath your eyes and you have that orange tone and it looks a little bit too pinky, orangey, whatever, you can take powder. I have a powder that's a little bit lighter than my skin, but it is still my skin tone. And I will use that underneath my eyes, and that gives me that brightening effect that I'm looking for. If you go in with a very, very light concealer on top, just like a skin tone, flesh, light toned concealer underneath your eyes when you've got dark circles, you're gonna look worse. You need to color correct first. Same thing if you've got a lot of rosacea or redness on your cheeks. If you go on top of it with a foundation, might end up looking a little bit more streaky and patchy, or just might not cover quite as well. So you might want to use something that has a little bit of a green tint to help first cover that redness, and then go in with your foundation.
All right, so I got kind of a lot. I must have been manic. Okay, look. It's kind of a lot.
Okay, Amber's really going ham on buying a lot of stuff this year during a pandemic and everything. So that's fine. It's her money. She can buy whatever she wants. I'm not here to judge. But what I can maybe recommend is that if you are planning on spending that amount of money, try buying from smaller businesses. Amazon, Bath and Body Works, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, they don't need your money. Small, privately owned businesses are the ones that are hurting right now. They're the ones who had the hardest time getting PPP loans. Like, I cannot begin to tell you how difficult that process was for smaller businesses. So if you are planning on buying something this year, be a good guy, be an ally to smaller businesses, to just the backbone of the economy, and try buying from small owned businesses wherever you can. Buy one present, two presents, buy fewer presents, but buy nicer items, and buy them from people who could really, really use your money and keep them going through the holidays. Make it nice for other people as well, you know? Give a gift and get a gift, that kind of a thing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to you.
Not a big fan about it. Is this kind of awesome?
Really? What
Yeah.
don't you like about it? Do you like whipped icing?
I like the actual kind that you get out of like a Dunkin' Hans thing.
On the topic of icings, and I know this is going to be controversial. First of all, I don't like icing. I think icing is disgusting. It is way, way too sweet, and it's just, I like a good cake. I like a fluffy, delicious, beautiful cake. I sometimes like fillings in my cake, but for the most part, I don't like icing. And that held true for a very long period in my life until I discovered that the icing I don't like is American buttercream. I think American buttercream is disgusting. It is so sweet. It is just, it's too much. What I like French buttercream, which is almost a custardy mixture, and I think it's delicious. French buttercream is amazing. Both Swiss and Italian meringue is amazing too. Like, I like them. But meringue is just it's never going to be my like top tier. They're like texturally very delicious, but like taste-wise, they're a little lacking. I think the best icing out there is whipped icing. Just whipped cream based icing. I think it's the best icing. It is maybe the least versatile, and it like falls apart at room temperature, but oh my God, is it luscious and delicious and perfect. Anyway, next.
Hey guys, so welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. So we've almost made it to 2 weeks. Yeah.
Those earrings are the ones that Becky gave her yesterday, and I'll be honest with you, when I first saw them, I really did not like them very much. I thought they looked chunky and gaudy, but they actually look really nice on, so I like them. Good on you, Amber, and good on Becky for picking them out. Man, damn girl, she's got taste.
So right now I'm just having some Panera bread. I'm having their broccoli cheddar soup, and I like to add chips to it for a crunch. It's just like a weird thing that I do. I like to have crunches, okay? So good.
The chip thing might be a little controversial, but I really do get it. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I do not like soft foods. I think soft foods are the devil. They are disgusting, and mushy textures can absolutely disappear from the face of this planet. But, you know, Panera bread is a binge food for her. If I remember correctly, didn't she? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right? Like the 4th video from her Jenny Craig days, like that was a Panera bread mukbang that she called it, right? Yeah, she called it a Panera bread mukbang, but it was in fact a binge. She admitted it later on that it was a binge for her. So why is she eating something that she considers to be a binge food? I don't know. Either it wasn't a binge before, and therefore it's fine now, or it is a binge food and it's not fine now. Like, I don't know. This is very confusing to me, and this is why like people who are just casually watching Amber will think that we're all insane, because she'll just eat this and she'll be like, I don't know why everyone's hating on me. Everybody gets food from outside. Everybody orders Panera bread. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, people might order Panera bread, but like, they never went on camera in the past saying that, hey, this is a food that I choose to binge on, and then like continue to eat it and not like address it. Like that is the issue there.
Okay, so I actually really like the blush, The lighting is super bright in here because I have my ring light on like to full blast here. So you can't really see it, but it did make me look less pale. I put it on my cheeks, my little baby cheeks. And I did do my eyebrows, but I ended up wiping it all off, and then I had to redo my foundation. It was like a whole situation. I'm not an eyebrow girl. I'm a simplistic, I don't know. I'm just like simplistic when it comes to like my eyebrows. Like I don't know how to do them very well. Sometimes I'll use the e.l.f. and I'll put that on there a little bit, and that's fine with me. I know people are really into doing their eyebrows, but everyone does their makeup different. And with the weight gain, my eyebrows have gotten like less hairy. It's so weird.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I realize that like people are gonna come for me, but she looks a little bit like a clown. It's got nothing to do with her makeup application skills and everything to do with the fact that she's so blank faced otherwise, and she's got that really, really red blush. She looks kind of like a mask, like a, what are they called? Like the kabuki theater masks. That's what she kind of looks like. And I realized from like wearing this level of makeup on my skin that I can sit here and judge, but that's why I can judge, okay? Because I also wear a clown level of makeup. That foundation is maybe just like a shade too light for her, and maybe it's like a little, I don't know, it's just the tone of it is off. I can't quite tell. I think Amber pulls pretty like yellow for the most part, so I feel like this looks a little bit too pink on her. But maybe it'll look better if she has like her whole face done, you know, like a little bit more drama in the eyes and a little bit, you know, like her brows filled in. She really needs to fill in her brows more in general, but like have them just slightly darker. When you've got paler skin, you need that contrast to bring out your features, especially when you are, like me, a moon-faced girl. I think that if she's going to get one like procedure, quote unquote, done, I would really recommend her getting microblading done, because I think it would really help her. And she like likes to be like sans makeup on her face enough that I think she'd see a real benefit out of just having her eyebrows like permanently done, you know? I would get it done, but I'm not good with anything that requires a lot of upkeep. I'm never gonna get anything like that. Like I can't even do, you know, I don't even remember to do my nails on a regular basis. Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell, but all the nails on this hand are longer and all the nails on this hand are shorter because I keep accidentally nicking them with my knives when I'm cutting things, and then they like break the next day or something like that. And I don't even fix that. I'm like that level of like unbothered by maintaining the way that I look, which is why I don't think I'll ever get anything like fillers or anything like that, because it's just so much upkeep. I can't do upkeep. If it'll just stay like that forever, then fine. It's a one-time like done deal. Okay. But I'm not gonna go back in. I'm just not. I know myself well enough to know that I'm not.
All right, chili time. First things first, the meat. All right, so as it's cooking, I add a good amount of minced garlic. I add pepper. I add garlic salt, minced onion. I like to add mushrooms. I rinse the beans. I use dark kidney, black, and chickpeas. Diced tomatoes. I add tomato juice. And I add chicken broth. And then I like to use a chili seasoning packet, cumin, and a little bit more of my own cayenne. So here is the chili. You guys, it is so freaking amazing.
Okay. What can I say about this chili that I haven't said a million times before about her other chilies? I'm just not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. If you like it, then man, have at it. It's not a bad meal. She's got, you know, beans in there. It's soup. Soups generally tend to be a little bit lower in calories, and protein in there from the turkey. I don't know how much of this they're eating, and it'll depend really on how much of the beans they actually end up eating for the fiber and for the protein as well. Because if you make a large amount of it with a few of these ingredients and the rest is all just tomato, then, you know, probably not going to get a lot out of it other than tomato. Still, it's a relatively healthy meal, especially compared to what they eat, and it's homemade, so yay for that. I'm just glad that she's eating something homemade. Anyway, next.
Hey guys, so welcome to Vlogmas. So we are starting early. It's 7:21 a.m. So yeah, it's super early. I decided to use the Rare Beauty yet again. You guys, the eyeliner is spectacular as well. Like, I 10 out of 10, recommend Rare Beauty. It's great. So if you guys remember in yesterday's vlog, I didn't do like eyebrows, lips, nothing. I just did my skin. I didn't like it. I don't know if you guys liked it yet because my vlog doesn't go up until another 3 hours.
See, this looks much better. Now that she has like the rest of her makeup on, it definitely looks less crazy. But I also think she's actually applied less blush today, which is really going in her favor. When you have a light complexion, the way that Amber does, I think she's like ghost levels of white, which is fine. She doesn't go out a lot, so it's not like a big deal. But when you've got very fair skin, it's gonna act like a canvas, and any color you put on top of it is gonna show up a lot more true to color, which is why it's so hard to make pastels for like deeper skin tones, right? Because without that white background, all the pastels have a habit of going ashy. They need to be very, very pigmented, and when you make them very pigmented, sometimes blending can be hard. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I had a little bit of difficulty blending this out. I'm wearing the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions palette. It's the green one, the little green one. No, not Sapphire. Emerald Obsessions. Anyway, it's a lot of difficulty getting the shades to blend out because they're just, despite the fact that they're made by a brown woman, they're not really meant to be worn by brown people, apparently. So the colors there don't really want to blend out. It's really, really difficult, and they go very, very ashy. Amber will always have the other problem given how light her skin is. Stuff will show up much more easily, but it can go like very, very like intense looking if she isn't careful. What I think really is a benefit though of having the lighter complexion is that you can wear something like a yellow blush without it looking like a healing bruise, just because that white undertone will just give you a lot more like intensity, and you can see the color of it rather than just sort of like the remnants of it. I hope I'm kind of making it clear what I'm trying to communicate, but you know, it's easier to wear blushes and whatnot when you're a deeper complexion, and some stuff can just look absolutely phenomenal. Like, ooh, there's some stuff you can wear when you are a deeper complexion that you just cannot wear when you're fair. So like black lipstick is one of those things where you can just rock that shit every day. Blues and greens, even for lipstick colors, you can wear that when you are a darker skinned person. Like my mom has it's like a golden lipstick that when I wear, I look insane, but she can just, oh my God, it looks stunning on her.
All right, you guys, so I'm about to have me some breakfast. I actually have some cheesy grits right now, and we're gonna do a little taste test moment because I've had grits like twice in my life, and I'm telling you, it's been years. So let's give it a go. What?
Grits. Grits and I have a complicated relationship. It is one of those foods that I just can't seem to get on board with. On the one hand, grits has some of the stuff that I really like in food. It's got, you know, cheese and butter, and you can put a ton of salt in it, and I think that's delicious. And if you make them well, they can be really, really creamy. Unfortunately, grits can also be really, really mushy if you don't do it right. And there's a big difference. So like between mashed potatoes and like when you take a banana and you just sort of smash it with a spoon. You know, I hope you guys are understanding what the difference between those two is. And grits have a very fine line to walk between those two. I have never liked grits outside of New Orleans. I just haven't. I've had the best grits when I was in New Orleans. It's a really famous restaurant. If I remember the name of it, I'll throw it up here somewhere or here. It was a really famous restaurant. They had like shrimp and grits there, and I had it and it stole my heart, and I've been looking for grits made that well anywhere else. I've tried making them myself. I don't know what like magic they've put into it. Like I have no idea, but there's just something about those grits that was like amazing, and I've never had them that good ever again. If you guys are from New Orleans, or if you guys are planning to go to New Orleans once the pandemic is over, I really also recommend going to a place there. It's called Addiction Coffee. It's a coffee place. I don't know why I just said addiction and then stopped talking. It's got one of the best coffees I have ever had. It's called Miss Tracy's Addiction, and it's essentially coconut cream, chicory coffee, which their chicory coffee was house made and amazing, and it's honey sweetened, and it's got some cayenne pepper in it. It is the best thing in the entire world. I don't tend to think of food a lot when I do these things. Like I don't think, yeah, oh my God, I had that one thing to eat and whatnot. It was so great. But like for the most part, my memories aren't generally linked to food. But the one clearest food-related memory that I have of being in New Orleans, even more so than the grits, was that coffee. I think I had it one day. Well, I think we were there for like a week. I had it one day and I was just in love with it. And then I had, I think, one drink of that like every other day. I would have gone there every single day if it wasn't so incredibly calorically dense and like expensive a little bit, because like stuff adds up. You're already spending so much money on a trip. But I dream of it. I honestly dream of it sometimes. I tried making it myself and it's never as good. I think it's the coffee. Their coffee was like, I think it was like a chicory cold brew that they'd made, and it was phenomenal, and I've never been able to replicate that.
G's said, how many points is that chili? Chili is actually 0 points. When you do Weight Watchers Blue, everything that goes in the chili, especially the chili that I make, is all 0 points. The beans are 0 points. The ground turkey is 0 points. So if you're wondering, 0 points.
This is the thing about Weight Watchers that I don't like. It's saying that it's like 0 points for that whole chili and she can eat however much of it she wants. That chili still has calories. Now, I understand. I think the point is that you're trying to incentivize healthy foods and you're trying to de-incentivize unhealthy foods. And the hope is that if you try and do that, what they will do is they'll just end up eating a lot more of the healthy foods. They'll fill up on that, and then they won't be as, don't have the ability to eat unhealthy foods quite as much, and they end up losing weight. Okay, that's all good and well. Unfortunately, I don't know if that is a catch-all. If you are the kind of person who eats healthy on a regular basis, like I'll be very frank with you, I eat generally pretty healthy, but I am still fat. And the reason for it is not so much what I'm eating, it's how much I am eating. You can still overeat on healthy foods. I make these cookies. They're like kitchen sink cookies. They're not particularly attractive looking, but they're very delicious. It's like oatmeal and flour and like chocolate chips, and I use sweetener in mine, and they've got like nuts in them, and they're very satiating. I can eat like 2 cookies for breakfast and I'll be like full until lunch. They're huge, right? And I can make them as healthy as I want, but they're also very, very high in calories because of the sheer amount of nut content in there. It doesn't matter that these are filled with oatmeal and dried fruit and nuts and seeds and flax, right? And that there's no sugar in there, and that I use dark chocolate chips. None of that makes any difference because each cookie is still like 300 calories. It does not matter that they're made of all healthy stuff, because if I'm eating 2 of those cookies, it's like 600 calories. They're massive and they're huge and filling, but it's still 600 calories. And if I end up making a coffee that has like a couple tablespoons of sugar and it's got like, or even just sweetener, and it's got some heavy cream in there, or like a creamer that I bought from the store, and I have like a 200 calorie coffee with it, it's like 800 calories for breakfast. It doesn't matter that individually all of these items are fine. It doesn't matter that individually all these items are like quote unquote healthy for you. They're still not good for you to be overeating on them. And that's the thing I don't like about Weight Watchers, is, to Amber's credit, is that it can actually show you ways where you can cheat the system, and it can incentivize eating large quantities of foods that are healthy, and you can end up at the wrong conclusion. Moderation is always going to be the king. You always want to eat things. You want to eat everything, healthy and unhealthy, just in smaller quantities. And I really, really wish that Amber would try and do that. Like, rather than going with these like gimmicky programs like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and Activia and all of these things, I wish she would just do like an 1,800, 2,200 calorie, like healthy, balanced diet. The plate method, where you're eating a quarter of it is like starch, a quarter of it is protein, and then like half of it is like fresh fruits and vegetables. I wish she would do that, and she would just do that for every meal consistently. I think she would fare so much better. She does get a lot of flack for her weight. She gets a lot of flack for pretty much anything she puts into her mouth. If she shows her body too much, people will give her flack. Now, to other people's credit, Amber does also tend to use her body in a lot of her thumbnails, especially less flattering angles. I have been on YouTube long enough to know that you can choose your own thumbnails, right? You can take one picture and you can use that as your thumbnail. She could just make a generic, like one generic thumbnail, and she could just insert new like titles, new like whatever text to it, and she could just keep using that and just have it be like of her face, of her like from here, you know, like this sort of this much of her face and whatnot, and then people wouldn't have anything to do about it. But either she can't be bothered to do 2 seconds worth of work for her videos, which I don't think is the reason, but or she's perfectly perfectly calculated. She knows what she's doing. And we know that she knows what she's doing at least some of the times because if you guys have watched the channel Sinatra, he has actually shown how the thumbnail that she'd used for one of her videos, that screen grab didn't even appear in the video. So it was cut out in the editing process. So she had to have found it in the original uncut footage and then used that as her thumbnail. So then you can't sit here and be like, well, I showed more of my body. And people, I'm like, yeah, I get it, right? People shouldn't be trolling her. But at the same time, if you know that people are going to troll you anyway, you know that you're going to get negative reactions, you know you're going to get like attention that you don't want, why do you put yourself continuously in this position? I know there's some stuff that would trigger me if people talked about it or mentioned it or did anything like that. I have soft spots. I've already told you guys. That's why I'm just not going to put that information out there. You can assume, you can try, but you can't judge me if you don't have the information. Another thing that I would really recommend to Amber is that she should try and just move away from the weight loss content altogether. I would say just take all of it off her channel and permanently. Do it permanently and never go back. And for a little while, you might have an audience who will like come there looking for weight loss stuff. But I think eventually when you don't talk about it for like 3 or 4 months, they're just going to get bored and they'll leave. And I think that's what you should do. I think she should move away from the weight loss content altogether. She should keep all of her health information off her channel and she should just do life stuff, which she's shown. She can put that stuff out there and people will watch it because they're interested in her overarching storyline. And you can mention stuff every once in a while that, oh, you know, yeah, I'm doing this or I'm going for a walk or, you know, I'm trying to eat this way or whatever. Like, even if you want, you can mention it occasionally, but just stop talking about it. Stop making it a feature of your channel. Stop doing random diets like the Jenny Craig diet. Just stop it altogether and give it like a good solid few months and people will get over it and then it'll be fine. But while you are on this trend where you keep continuously going back and forth and people are always going to be there to talk about the weight loss journey, and that's why they're going to pass comments on the way that you look, what you're eating, and you know, all that stuff. If you don't want comments on that, move away from that content altogether. Give it time for that audience to leave, and you might have a smaller audience, but you might be happier overall. That's the direction that I think you should go in. Anyway, next.
You know me and graphic novels, literally obsessed. So.
Yeah, I know my friend, she is in the middle of writing a dreary fan fiction, and it is so addicting, and it's literally only like 4 chapters in. She's not gotten past that, but it's really good. There's no romance or anything yet. Actually, it's kind of sad right now, but I'm pretty upset because I finished it this morning and I'm just like, no, where's the rest?
I hate when that happens.
That's why I can't do fan fiction, because you'll read this
people
amazing
never
fan
finish
fiction and they don't finish.
Yep, they never finish.
And you'll be like, oh my god, this was updated in like 2014. Great. I'm never going to know how it ends.
All right, fan fiction. Fan fiction's a pretty confusing topic to me. Not that I think that there's anything wrong with fan fiction. I think that fan fiction has gotten a lot of flack from a lot of people. And I really don't understand why. I'm really glad that it's being more and more normalized. And I really appreciate that like established authors are also talking about the fact that they got their start writing fan fiction. And no, I am not talking about the 50 Shades of Grey or the My Immortal, I think, or Immortal Instruments, something like that. None of that stuff. I'm talking about actual legitimate good authors. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that it's great. It's a great creative outlet, and I really strongly advocate for the death of the author, which is a literary concept. I'm not saying actually kill anybody. So if you guys are interested, you can definitely look them up. Lindsay Ellis has some great stuff on it. I don't really like Drarry as a pairing. If you guys don't know what Drarry is, it's Draco and Harry from Harry Potter, obviously. I don't know. I'm not a romance fan in general. I don't like romance in any of the media that I consume. It's just not my thing. If I'm reading fan fiction, I want to see like epic adventure. I actually really like time travel stuff mostly. I think it's like I've often felt this way. I'm like, I wish I could read Harry Potter again for the first time, and I think that's why I like time travel stuff. It's like a do-over. I really like that idea, that concept. And I also really just like really weird, funny stuff. There's a couple things that I have read that are just, they're so freaking hilarious. Oh my God. If you guys are interested in just like really funny, but like 0% romance stories, let me know and I can give you some, because that's what I read. I used to read it a lot more. I don't read it so much anymore. It's just a time thing. I read them a lot in my like early 20s and like whatnot. But I don't know, moved into my mid-20s and I just sort of stopped having time for most reading, to be honest. Now I think I read maybe like 12 books a year, which is sad for a girl who used to read like 12 in a month.
So I fell asleep last night at 8 p.m. and woke up at 1:30 a.m. And I saw a comment that said, "You're just not like self-restrained because of that." So if I wake up too early, I have no self-restraint. And then if I go to bed super late and wake up late, I'm just lazy. No. I have insomnia. I've talked about this before. It is what it is. So I took a 3-hour nap and I'm totally okay with that. That's why I look insane right now.
I feel her on the tiredness. I talked a lot about it before in my previous video on Amber as well. I have sympathy for her, right? I have insomnia myself. It can be a hard thing to manage, and it's not just as easy as exercise or whatever. And Amber does have a lot of trauma from her childhood. I can understand how that would make it more difficult, but you don't have to suffer through it alone. I say this all the time, but you don't have to just suffer. Go get a sleep study done. Go talk to a therapist. Go talk to a doctor and see what they tell you, because they can give you so much more information. And I know it sucks. No one likes going to doctors. I don't like going to doctors, and half my family is doctors. But that doesn't mean that it's not necessary. And when you are kind of in the health position that Amber is, in that she's very, very morbidly obese, you are going to have a lot of issues, right? Not so much because of the obesity itself, but you don't become obese by being completely healthy, right? Mentally or otherwise. So now that you are at this point, you can stay there and you can just say, well, it sucks, my life has sucked, and that's why I am where I am, or you can try and do something about it. And considering that you're already facing the negative consequences of being at this weight and staying at this weight, why wouldn't you want to grab the bull by the horns? Why would you want to continue to live the way that you are? Why would you want to continue to be sad? Why would you want to continue to choose inaction when you can choose action?
I don't know. I'm like literally at the point where it's like people will hate on me for anything. Like I made some bomb ass chili and people are like, that looks so disgusting. It's because it's me.
Okay, I understand that she has a particular taste and that, you know, people making fun of what she's making and whatnot is not nice. But on the other hand, Amber, you put mushrooms in a chili. That's against the laws of nature. It's like trying to crossbreed a fish and a horse. It's inappropriate, ma'am.
Oh my God, it's alive! Just kidding.
I wish.
Ooh! You know me well. More extreme personal questions, the party game that breaks all your boundaries. And extreme personal questions, the party game that breaks all your boundaries. Becky knows me. Okay, so you guys see a YouTube AmberLynn and you guys don't see the real life AmberLynn. The real life AmberLynn is extremely addicted to social board games that you can play with your friends. I'm not talking about Clue or Sorry or Uno. I'm talking about let's get deep. Let's get personal. Let's see how you really think. Oh my God.
Amber really does strike me as an extrovert, so I'm not surprised that she really likes board games. It's a sort of social activity that she can engage in, even with her like limited physical capacities, right? Like she's been immobile at times, and so she's had mobility issues, and this does not require any of those things from her. Like I told you guys before, I love hiking, so that's a very social activity to me too, as well. I love going with friends, you know, for like prolonged periods, just walking. I don't know, I like that. I just sitting around when I talk to friends feels a little bit like a waste of time, but if I've got a direction, I'm like, great. Same thing like listening to music. I love listening to music in the car. It really gives me like the opportunity, the purpose to do it. What I was trying to say was that it makes a lot of sense to me that she would love board games, because this gives her the opportunity to engage with her friends and keep herself busy rather than just sitting around, which at some points you kind of want to stop. And also, board games are really fun. If you guys have never played Settlers of Catan, if you want to not have as many friends and want to alienate family members, I recommend playing Settlers of Catan with them. You will end up fighting and you will end up losing friends. It's fantastic. I love it. Just so you guys also know, I am very, very competitive, and I am both a sore winner and a sore loser. So I understand my own flaws. I am like that. I am like not, well, depending on who you ask. I can be very entertaining when we're playing board games with, but I will be like semi-unhappy if I lose, and I'll be semi-gloating if I win. So I'm unbearable either way.
Not me checking over and over if Frenemies Podcast is still going to be a thing. They still haven't uploaded. I think it might be over for good. Oh my god. That whole situation, I have so many opinions, but I'm just not going to go there. But, I don't want Frenemies to be over. Frenemies was entertaining. No matter what anyone has to say about it, Frenemies was freaking-taining. Like, that's a point blank period.
I've never seen the Frenemies podcast. Is that good? Do you guys recommend it? I really dislike Trisha Paytas, so I don't like watching anything that she's in or listening to anything that she is in, but I've heard great things. And I do like the H3H3 podcast with just Ethan and Hila. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below if you guys would recommend the Frenemies podcast, despite Trisha being in it. It just seems to me like she's quitting like every other week. It's the same, you know, like hyped up drama bullshit that she brings to everything, which I don't like. I don't like a lot of drama. I like murder in everything, pretty much, which is why I like My Favorite Murder. I think that's a great podcast. And like Welcome to Night Vale, which is just weird. Why can't we have more stuff like that? Anyway, next.
Hey guys, so welcome to Vlogmas. I am getting a late start today when it comes to filming, which that is okay. How are you guys doing? I feel like I'm running out of things to say. I do have a little haul moment. I got these from Amazon because I am always staring at my laptop, my phone, etc., like, especially because I have to edit every day, and I'm not complaining because I do enjoy it, but I got some glasses to help with the blue light. I've just been noticing like a strain to my eyes, and my head hurts a little bit more. So these are looking forward glasses. It actually came with 3. All you guys have to do is literally type in glasses on Amazon and they'll pop up, and they come in sets of 3 and they're all different colors. So I got a pink pair. I'm looking at a mirror if you guys are wondering. I'm not so sure about these. I don't like how the lenses are like yellow. I don't like that. If they weren't yellow, I feel like I would enjoy them more.
Okay. The glasses actually really suit her. I like the way that they frame her face. I think they look really, really cute on her. And I'm pretty sure that like blue light glasses have to be yellow to cancel out the blue light, but I could totally be wrong here. So if you guys know, let me know down below. Additionally, is it bad for your eyes if you don't wear corrective glasses, if you need corrective glasses? I'm very, very blind, so the idea of not having it is like just insane to me. If you guys don't know, my number is, I don't know why I said if you guys don't know. You guys wouldn't know unless you guys are breaking into my house, in which case, stop it. The gremlins can and will eat you. My number is 4.5. No. Yeah, no, it's 4.5 and 4.75. That's what it is. I had to think about it for a second. Yeah, I'm super, super blind. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to not wear your glasses. I feel like it would just hinder you in your everyday life so much. But of course, I realize not everyone is as blind as I am, so maybe it doesn't hinder everyone. If you guys have like vision issues, can you let me know down below if you guys have any more information on that? I could Google it, but I won't because I'll forget the moment this video is done. Let me know down below if like just not getting your glasses is fine or if it like deteriorates your vision faster.
Get over it. Okay, so I need to have a little chit chat moment, and I know it's not going to make any difference to anyone. It's not going to change the way people react to me or the things that they comment about or the things that they see. I just find it to be absolutely ridiculous that I upload a video where I show a little bit more of my body than I usually do. Am I ashamed of my body? Sure. Am I gonna hide it? No. So I show you guys me cleaning, blah, blah, blah. This is stuff that I do every single day and I never vlog it because it's boring content. But I will say, side note, it seemed like you guys actually enjoyed that, so I might add more of that. But the fact is, like, the fact that I'm sitting here and reading the comments and it's like one after another, just talking about my body and how big it is and like saying things about my arms and my stomach and just everything is absolutely unbelievable to me.
Look, show and do whatever you want, right? It is totally up to you. Like I said before, she can show and do whatever she wants on camera, but you cannot control the rest of the world. Just understand that if you are doing that people might say negative things, and if it impacts you negatively, then you are aware that this is perfectly within your own control and you're choosing not to. I fully comprehend that it's not fair that you are held to a different standard than maybe like a thinner YouTuber would be. I can understand that. And that's absolutely fair. That's a fair thing to be mad about. But you also have to understand that no one will prioritize your mental health as much as you should be prioritizing your mental health. No one can, and no one should. Everyone should place their mental health above almost all else things in their lives. And I really wish she understood that, because she frequently does things and she's like, well, why are people bullying me? Don't you know that it's bad for my mental health? I'm like, well, yeah, they should know and they shouldn't be doing this. But at the same time, you know that it's bad for your mental health. So why do you continue to put that information out there? It's either a self-harm tactic or you're doing it purposefully to generate views and to try and play the victim in front of the camera. Either way, it doesn't help. It's harmful.
A lot of you, not all of you, but a lot of you make everything about my weight. Like, example, that shirt that I was wearing yesterday stained my arms, my back, my chest. It stained my stomach. It stained everywhere that it was located. People were like, no, actually it's purple because of your weight and you're losing circulation. And I'm just like, everything is about my weight. And like, I get it. Like, not many people on YouTube are 500-pound vloggers. Like, I totally understand that, but I need you guys to realize, what you won't, that there's more to me than just my weight. And you guys can say all you want that I'm like this horrible person, so I deserve all this hate and stuff, but it's like, you guys thinking that I'm a horrible person has nothing to do with my weight. Like, 2 and 2 do not go together. So it's just a lot of like fat phobia happening in the comments. It is just constant comments about my weight as if I don't know what I look like. When did we make it okay to judge other people's appearance? When did we make it okay to judge other people's addictions? When did we make it okay to harass people about their mental health? When did we make it okay to harass people about their eating disorders? Why is it okay for that type of stuff to happen on my YouTube channel?
While she does get a lot of fat phobic comments, right, she also has a fair number of people that are telling her to go see the appropriate healthcare professionals, to go get therapy, to go get PT, to go see a regular doctor, to do all of these things. She doesn't do any of these things. She doesn't follow through with any of these things. She puts them off, she gets scared, and she stops. And then she'll come back and the problem will persist. But you can't keep telling people that, hey, I'm suffering from this, I'm suffering from this, I'm suffering for this, and expect people to give you the same level of empathy every time when they see that you yourself are not prioritizing this issue. So you're asking me to give it all of the importance when you yourself aren't giving it any of the importance. Like, why should I care that you are suffering from, I don't know, a nail in your foot when you've had the nail in your foot for 3 years, and I've been telling you for 3 years to go to a doctor to get it pulled out? You won't do it, and then you tell me every time you walk that, hey, my foot hurts. I don't care. At some point, I'm just going to stop caring about the fact that your foot hurts, because I've told you this is an acceptable situation to you. You've accepted that this is part of your life and this is how you're going to live. But I'm not going to lower my standards for you just because you are choosing to live your life this way. And I think that's where the disconnect is. You want all of the love and support and sympathy from people. You want people to understand and say, I'm sorry, that sucks, while you yourself choose to continue to live like this. You don't seem to understand that if you're not changing anything about it and you still complain, you still expect people to show you the same sympathy. Look, mental capacity for everybody is limited, right? Like, it is. And how much we're willing to extend it to other people, like love and empathy and support, is also going to be limited. It shouldn't be, maybe, but it is. It is for everyone. And understanding is also limited for people. So when people give you a lot of leeway and they're saying, hey, go get help, hey, go see a therapist, hey, go do this, and you have the capability for it, you have the funding for it, you have all the resources that you're available, but you continuously choose to deprioritize that for yourself, you can't ask others to prioritize it for you. I'm going to go expend my empathy, my love, and my support on someone who maybe wants to change and wants to see a therapist but doesn't have the money. You know? I'm not going to keep continuing it and extending myself for someone who doesn't seem to value themselves as highly as she wants me to value them.
It's like, fine, judge me based on the horrible person that you think I am, but don't judge me based on how I look or my mental illnesses or my eating disorder or the person that I was 4 or 5 years ago. Like, judge me on the person that I am today. And it's just not going to happen. And no matter how much I speak about it or talk about it, it's just not going to happen.
This is the thing I don't understand about Amber, and also about a lot of people who support Amber. I'm not saying that she's not allowed to move on and change from what happened in the past. But when you are saying, I want to move on from this X thing that I did that was wrong, and because I was a bad person then, but I'm a better person now, you have to owe up to what it was that you did wrong. You have to come on, you have to say, hey, I did X, Y, and Z thing, and it was wrong because of X, Y, and Z reasons, and I'm never going to do it again, and I'm going to be a better person. And then you have to give people time to see that you've become a better person, not just to tell them that you've become a better person. And that's the problem that she's missing. She wants people to move on when you've never given anybody an actual legitimate, I'm sorry for what I did. I've never seen her owe up to the things that she's done wrong. And I'm not talking about the small lies here or there. I'm talking about the big ones, the serious ones. People are not assholes for the most part, right? We will forgive you, we will move on, we will let it go. But you have to understand that without that apology, there's no closure on our end. As far as we're concerned, you haven't learned, you haven't changed anything, you haven't shown us that you've changed anything. You want it to be in the past, then put it in the past yourself. I'm not going to accept an apology that you haven't given.
People try to justify the way that they treat me, but the truth is just I am judged because of how I look. I could make a whole full length, like 2-hour video with proof of this, because I'm currently, I always bring this up, but it's like, I have never watched as many vlogs as I do now during Vlogmas, but there's this girl, and she's literally traveling with people and like all this stuff, and then like she completely lied and said that she was going by herself, and then all of a sudden the next clip she goes, I never said I was not going by myself. And I was like, yes you did in the clip before that. But people are totally fine with her being a liar, totally fine with her traveling during a pandemic, but that's all okay because she's attractive. The more attractive you are, the more you get away with.
She's not wrong. about thinner people being treated differently in society. That is absolutely true. I am absolutely treated better when I am thinner than when I am heavier, 100%. That being said, that doesn't mean that just because other people are being treated nicely that I automatically also have to be nice to you. That means that I should be more critical of thinner people too. If you are a public figure and you've got a platform as big as Amber has, or as big as other people have, or hell, even as big a platform as I have influence over someone, even if it's on a microcosm, right? Like even if this is a very small number of people that I have an influence on, it's still not okay for me to say and do stupid things on the internet. And that's the thing. No one is above criticism. And I don't think anyone should be above criticism. There's not a single person on earth who is above criticism. So when you say things like this to me, in my head, I don't say, oh, I should criticize Amber less. I go, oh, I should criticize other people more. But maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think.
And I know I'm ugly. I know I'm ugly. A lot of people are like, why do you think you're so hot? Girl, I think I'm probably one of the most hideous people on the planet, and that's putting it lightly. I just think as a society, we need to do better. We need to stop judging people on how they look and how they walk and their mental health and their eating disorder. If you don't get to judge one person for it, you don't get to judge another.
I agree with your sentiment here, Amber, but you don't get most of your flack because of your weight. You get most of your flack because you monetize your eating addiction. You get most of your you get most of your flack because you are behaving in a manner that you should not be behaving. We might talk about your weight and your ED and your mental health, but only insofar as you neglect them and then you use them as a shield for poor behavior. That's why we address it. You don't want us to talk about it, take care of those issues, and we'll probably stop talking about it. That's all. Anyway, that will be it from me regarding Amber's video. Sorry if this is a long one. This will probably be late because I filmed these like Thursday night and then I have to like edit them Thursday night and Monday morning and then have them up Monday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, and then have them up on Friday. But God forbid that this takes me too long. Sorry it's late. Probably will be late. Yeah, probably will be late. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, I'm like losing my voice a little bit. I've been legit sitting here talking for like an hour and 30 minutes now and my like throat is going dry and I didn't bring any water. So I'm beginning to lose my voice a little. Anyway, I love you guys. Just thought I would give you a little heads up. I might have some stuff coming next week. I don't know. Maybe it's a little giveaway. I would keep an eye out on all the videos to get more details. That'll be it for me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, you can give me a thumbs down. That's totally okay. I respect everybody's opinions here. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification down below and hit all if you want to know when I upload any video right away. I've got all my social medias linked down below. I've got Instagram where I've got all my food stuff and my life stuff, but I don't really have a life right now, so it's just food stuff. But I'm a pretty good cook, so that's where you can find that kind of content. I've got Twitter where I'm a little bit toxic and a little bit petty, but I'm also kind of entertaining, and that's generally the easiest place to reach me. So if you guys are interested in that kind of content, that's where you can find it. I've also got Patreon. Think of Patreon as the tip jar for the internet. So if you like the job that I'm doing and you'd like me to continue, consider tossing a few coins in my direction on Patreon. You can also do this on my the community. I have not named it yet, but next week I'll be putting up a poll with my top favorite suggestions. So if you've got any suggestions for what I should name this community, leave it down below, okay? As always, I'm Jasmine, the sequel, and I am not relatable. Peace. Okay, I like in theory having two braids, but like just small personal story is that when I was a kid, my mom always put my hair into two braids when I was going to school, and I was called Pippi Longstocking for a very long period of time, and I'll be honest with you, I'm still a little bitter about it.